Hello everyone, I made Friday Night Funkin in Game Builder Garage. Here's how. In case you don't know what Game Builder Garage is, it's like Mario Maker 2 and the programming language Scratch had a kid. And then Nintendo broke through the window and stole the kid and released it on the Switch. Long story short, it's a simple programming language. So I wanted to make Friday Night Funkin. I split this project into 3 different parts: the gameplay, the notes, and the textures. The first part that I focused on was the gameplay, so I started up my stream and began work on the level. And to say the very least, it didn't go very well. I had no clue what I was doing, but with a little work off stream and a few tutorials, I managed to make this. So, when you press the left button on the D-pad, the red block raises, destroying the blue block. The code for this is really simple. All it is, if the button is pressed, the block moves up. So I repeated this for all 4 buttons on the D-pad. If you don't hit the blue block in time, it will just go flying into the distance. As you can see here, when you press a button on the D-pad, a block rises. This is what it looks like from above. As you can see, it's starting to look a bit like Friday Night Funkin. So that's the gameplay pretty much done. Now let's move on to the notes. I started off by using the texture node on to draw the arrows. I used the arrows from week 6 as they are pixelated so they're easy to draw on the texture node on. This is what it looks like in game. This looks extremely cringe because it doesn't have any colour. Cringe funny. Pink, blue, green, red. This may not look like much, but this took me around an hour. I changed the camera angle and it looks surprisingly good. If you want to see the code, pause whenever I show it on screen. I don't want to spend too long on it and put everyone to sleep. Then I made these glowing textures for when you hit an arrow. This is what it looks like. I wanted a sound to play whenever each arrow was destroyed, so I tried to add the play node on sound to an arrow. But it just wouldn't work no matter how I connected it. This not working made me feel really demotivated and I didn't want to keep on working on it, because this was one of the most important, if not the most important part of this project. So, I did what anyone would do. I asked for help on a Discord server, and much to my luck, Zerk responded to me, telling me to attach the play sound effect node on to an object break sensor, and oh my, it worked. If you have a pair of eyes, you may have noticed that the board looks a bit funny. If you're very observant, you would have noticed that there's only 1 column. So, do you know what I did? I made 2. The pink bar on the side automatically destroys any arrows like in the original game, but like with most objects in this game, I'm gonna have to make it invisible. But there are 2 big problems with this setup for the notes. You can only play the piano notes, as every other instrument plays forever when the arrow is broken, and you can only play 1 off each note at a time. Thankfully, Zerk, the massive legend, had another solution. Connect the break object sensor to a flag node on to the note node on, and between the break object sensor and the second flag input, put a timer. Basically, what it does is stop playing the note when a timer ends. This entire process for making the music is extremely tedious, as you have to make sure that each note is in the right place for it to sound just right. But eventually, I'd made the start of the ground theme from the original Super Mario Bros. Sounds alright. I added some boxes behind that get destroyed if you miss a note. This is the life system. That was the main part of the notes done, but don't worry, I'll come back and finish the song later. Now time for the textures. The first thing I did was make all the box textures invisible. Then I started work on drawing the stage from the first few weeks using the texture node on. I've got to say, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I think it looks really good and I'm quite proud of myself. Here's how it looks in game. Time to draw the curtains. These 2 textures took around an hour and a half. If you think that's bad, wait till I tell you how long this entire project took. Now time to draw the boyfriend. So I started working on drawing this 1 sprite, and guess how long it took me? It took me 2 hours for this 1 sprite. I drew him without a head so I could copy paste him, making him look in different directions. I'm incredibly proud of how this idle sprite looks.
6.5 hours later.
I'd finally done all 5 of the sprites, and no joke, this took around 5 hours. I hooked the sprites up in game, and here's how it looks. Anyway, I wonder who the boyfriend will be going up against.
Sussy bata.
About Among Us!
Yeah, the enemy of this stage is going to be the Imposter.
Stop!
I'm so funny. Drawing the imposter was way easier than drawing the boyfriend because of how simplistic the shape is. Here are what the sprites look like. I had to hook up some sensors to detect the arrows to animate the imposter. I wanted this to be a mashup of a load of different songs that I liked, so I started with the Mario Bros 1-1 theme and then changed the Me Channel theme. But unfortunately, I hit the node on limit there. You see, in Game Builder Garage, there's a node on limit at 512 node-ons to prevent lag, but I could feel the game getting a bit laggy approaching that mark, so I had to finish the project there. Before I show you the whole thing, I want to tell you how long this took. This took 25 plus hours according to my Switch, and I've spent 20 hours editing this video, and I'm not even sure if this video will perform very well. So if you could, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. It would only take a second and it would make me very, very happy. Thank you. Hello everyone, it's me, Mr. Hand. Well, anyway, this is my Game Builder Garage game that I made Friday Night Funkin, as you probably saw earlier in the video. But anyway, here is the game. I want to show you that it works with the actual controller. So you see, if you miss 3 of them, you die and it restarts. It plays the effect. I'll show that one more time with me being quiet. Yes. You also see that I've got a cheeky watermark in the corner. You can play this with either the D-pad or the... I'll just play through it quickly to show off. So it's Super Mario 1-1 theme, and then it turns into the Me channel. You can cheese it if you just hold down all these buttons. You can cheese it because I don't have anything set so that that punishes you for missing notes because I found it too difficult. I wish I did. You see, you can just hold it down. Hey, sharing complete. So that's the game ID if you want to play it for yourself. Very epic, and that's my programmer ID. Hello everyone, I made Friday Night Funkin in Game Builder Garage way better. If you've seen my first Friday Night Funkin Game Builder Garage video, you would know that the game's lacking a few big features. So in this video, I'm going to be adding some of those missing features. I'm going to be making a brand new song for the game, and I'm going to be showing some of the remixes that the community's made. One of the big things that was missing was a health bar, and any sort of punishment for pressing the buttons at the wrong time. Because I'd already hit the node on limit, I had to delete most of the old songs, so I could add some new stuff. I started off by placing a texture node on and drawing the outline to the health bar on it. Here's how it looks in the game. The plan was for there to be 2 extending boxes, one green and one red, that would go back and forth like the health bar. But unfortunately, it didn't work the way I wanted it to, which was really annoying. So I had to settle for this cringe blue bar with 2 icons representing the health. So I started drawing the boyfriend icon. I did this by putting the original image into Photoshop and making the resolution very small so I could see each pixel. Then I drew it separately in Game Builder Garage. I've got to say, drawing sprites is extremely time consuming. Anyone who does this I have a lot of respect for. Anyway, it looks like this in game and I'm super proud of it. Here's how it looks without the box. I programmed it so the icons move forwards a little bit whenever a note lights up. So I took the health bar I made and I put it into the game, and it seemed to work perfectly. Until this happened. The notes were colliding with the icon, making it go up. This was really annoying. I thought I could fix this by making the icons not solid, but all this did was make it fall through the ground. Luckily, I came up with an easy solution. Make a new invisible box, place it above everything else, and put the icons on top of the invisible box. And this worked perfectly. I also added a sensor right at the end to detect when you're out of health. With the health bar now working almost perfectly, I decided to move on to making the new song. I wonder what the song will be. Yeah, I'm gonna be making the Among Us Trap remix. Before doing this, I forgot how long it takes to program a brand new song. It takes a very long time. But anyway, here's the start of it in game. I used the woman's voice to the boyfriend like last time, but this time for the imposter I used the piano instead of the electric guitar. I also decided to change the background to something a little more fitting. Yeah, it's Polus from Among Us. I replaced the curtains with some white dots that are meant to be snowflakes. In the corner I added a little imposter poking his head out of a vent. Here's how it looks in game, and I've got to say everything's really coming together. I feel like I've made the game look and feel a lot better to play. I thought it'd be kind of funny if I messed around with how the game looked, and I found some pretty interesting results. Neon themed, metal themed. Here's how it looks zoomed out. This is what it looks like zoomed out even further. Before I show off my game and other people's remixes, I'd like to ask you, if you've enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button and the like button, as it really helps me out a ton. Thank you. Hello, welcome to my Game Builder Garage game. See, I've got hand cam on so you can see what buttons I'm pressing. But anyway, Friday Night Funkin' Sus version 2. As you can see, I've added a health bar and some other stuff, just to make everything look better. Now it goes really fast to help. Okay. See, I'm actually so good at this. Okay, I'll showcase what happened if you just hold down random buttons like this. You see how it just kills you? Like, if you don't press anything and just let the notes go past, it kills you as well. And I've completely fixed all the cheese, which is good. But it's funny because I've done the Among Us, and you can see I've replaced the map with Polus from Among Us. But I've changed the world lighting to outer space, so it gives like different glow. But anyway, I'm going to showcase some of the other games that the community's made, because in Game Builder Garage you can remix games. So as you can see, people have made a lot of remixes. So I'll start off with Boyfriend vs. Witty, which I think is just a retexture. They've used a different instrument, I think. That is cool, like. The guy who's made this retexture, he's got a YouTube channel, and I'll link it in the description. He's done some other mods as well. He's done Hatsune Miku. I like it when people do cool stuff. Here's South from Friday Night Funkin'. This isn't one that I made, but it's very difficult. It's made by Chazabil YT. This is very difficult. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. That was so well made. Friday Night Funkin' Super Mario Bros. So they've added Super Mario. There's Fireflower Mario, Raccoon Mario, Tanuki Mario, sorry. Penguin and Ice Flower. These textures are cool. They've added funny Mario. It's made by Laser Kitty. It's just the same song, but still good, still good. Friday Night Funkin' Sus Remix Hard. So I think they've just scrambled all the arrows to make it very difficult, very unclear on what to do. Oh my gosh. This is disorienting. I could just hold it down, but... Oh, his hair! His hair's a different colour. This is actually impossible. What the heck? What the heck? He's got a gun! The imposter has a gun! I'm saving the best one for last, but here's Friday Night Funkin' Error Remix. So it looks like everything's errored. This might be a reference to a mod. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. Friday Night Funkin' Bob remix. This is a reference to the Bob mod. Oh, they've changed all the notes as well. That's cool. To make a different song. It's a bit weird. It's a bit funky. But they made it difficult. This is weird. That was strange. That was some kind of weird. Versus Ron. This is Ron from the Bob mod. So he got his own mod. He looks like a Roblox guy. Roblox Ron. That's pretty cool. Oh, and it's got a miss counter. Wait, does that work? Oh, that's cool. It shows every time you miss. So they've added their own health bar, kinda. Friday Night Funkin' Corruption Manx Ninja Pig. That's me. So they've made all the textures black. And they've added like some corruption. So it's like gone all black. It's been corrupt. Like the corruption from Terraria. Alright, there's one last one. And this one's really good. It's not a remix of mine. But it's pretty cool. Friday Night Funkin' versus Person version 1. So you have to press the buttons at the right time. You have to go, oh, and I think you just have to get the bar to the end. Time lapse? Oh, okay. Oh, what? That was just like a jump scare. That scared me. I think I got to 50. So I'll show you the level code if you want to do some remixes with the one with the health bar. That's the game ID. Hello everyone. I made Friday Night Funkin', the full game, in Game Builder Garage. You might be thinking to yourself,
this must have taken him ages.
You'd be right. Sponsored by Filmora. So, for those of you watching who don't know what Game Builder Garage is, simply put, it's a basic programming language released on the Nintendo Switch a few months ago. And in my last 2 videos on the game, I built up a simple Friday Night Funkin' engine that was very easy to customize. So a few people from my community had gone and customized the game to make it their own. And once I saw some of their games, it made me think, is it possible to recreate the entire game in Game Builder Garage? Before I started, I was somewhat worried about hitting the node on limit, because in my other project I'd hit it both times while only doing one song. And in this project I'm going to be making all 7 weeks plus the tutorial. So I hadn't even started and I was already stuck. Until I found out about this special node on called the game swap node on. Basically what it does is it allows you to link 2 different games together. So when one game finishes, the other one starts. So I could technically make an almost infinite song. So with that sorted, I started work on making the tutorial level. I started off by making the girlfriend sprites, and I'd forgot how long it took to make even the most basic sprites. And keep in mind, I had to make 8 more of these. I also made 4 more sprites where she points her fingers, like in the original game. I also had to make the stage backdrop again because I decided to use the version with the health bar. I also removed all of the previous song to replace it with the simple tutorial song.
Left, right.
But I'll come back to make the song later. Now time to link this game to the next game. Week 1, Daddy Dearest. To begin with, I copied over what I did in the previous girlfriend level, and then started work on making the Daddy Dearest sprites. Then quickly I ran into a problem. He was way too tall for a texture node on. But with my giant brain, I quickly came up with a solution. Make a separate texture node on for the body, then put the head 1 layer above, and only animate the head. Here's how this looks in game. But after messing around with it for a little bit, I got it looking pretty good. So then I finished doing the directional sprites by only drawing the head. And I've got to say, this is my favourite sprite out of all the ones I've done. I guess it's now time to move on to the next week. Week 2, Skid and Pump. When I was drawing the sprites for Skid and Pump, I did the same thing I did for Daddy Dearest. I drew Skid's head separate to the rest of their bodies. This is so I could animate the head separately. Anyway, here's what it looks like in game. That's way better. Some of you may have noticed that week 2 doesn't take place on the stage, so I drew the week 2 background instead. Here's how it looks in game. I think it looks really good. Now let's move on to week 3, Pico. Anyway, back to making Pico. Once again, I drew a sprite with the head and the body separate, so I could animate it easily. I also drew this city background based on the one of week 3. Here's how it looks. I've got to say, I'm really happy with it. I really like the way the sky turned out. But doing these 4 sprites took me 4 whole days of working on this. so there's no possible way that I was going to get this video out in time. So I came to the decision that I should split this project into 2 different videos, with 4 characters each. So if you want to see that second video, like and subscribe. I'll probably release the second video when this video hits 10,000 likes. Anyway, it's now time to make the music for these 4 levels. So I started off with Daddy Dearest by making Dad Battle. I decided to use the trumpet sound effect for Daddy Dearest's voice, and once again I used the woman sound effect for the boyfriend. This took a really long time, but here's how it sounds. I'm quite happy with it, but I think it can be improved a lot. The next thing I worked on was the 2 spooky boys. I decided to use the song South. For Skid and Pump I decided to use the chiptune sound effect. Here's how it sounds. I think that the boyfriend sounds nice here, but not Skid and Pump. I'm sorry, Skid and Pump. Finally, I made Pico in... Pico? For this, I decided to add the background music node on to play a beat for Pico. As you can see, everything goes past super fast, so it's very difficult to do. But before I show you the whole thing, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, now time for the whole thing. Yo, it's me. I've got my hand cam on again. So anyway, I'm going to be showing my full Friday Night Funkin game in Game Builder Garage. I need to move. My desk is messy, help. You get a little bit of a peek of what I'm doing. You can see a little bit. You can see a little bit. Nah, stop looking. Stop looking. Not allowed. So you start with a girlfriend. Left, right. So this is meant to be her saying left, right, up, down, up, down, 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 up. This one doesn't sound the best, but now it's time for Daddy Dearest. This is the sprite that I'm happiest with. I really like the way this sprite turned out. Oh, I hold my controller up, I'm sorry, I need to... I haven't actually done any of the icons. I guess I'll do that in the next video. I'll do the icons in the next video. Skid and Pump, spooky boys. I love them. They're good. I really do like how the boyfriend sounds here. It sounds good. Now, finally, for Pico. I do need to do that health bar thing, I only just noticed that now. Oh my gosh. Okay, it does restart on the level you're on, good to know. I like the background I've done here, it came out nicely. Oh my god, this one's difficult. I somewhat did it and it had a twang. So at the moment it just resets to girlfriend. I've started work on some of the other ones. So do you see it will go to like Lemon Demon and Mummy Mirrors. Nope, you're not allowed to look. I'll pass it back over to... Hello everyone! I made Friday Night Funkin, the full game, in Game Builder Garage, Part 2. In case you didn't see Part 1, basically, I added 4 of the original weeks from Friday Night Funkin to my easily customizable Game Builder Garage game that I built up in other videos. So in this video, I'm going to be adding the 4 remaining weeks to complete the full game. Then I'm going to be looking at some mods of the game that people have made. Before I started, I split this project into 3 different parts. The sprites, the background, and the music. I started off by focusing on the sprites. The first sprite I focused on was Mummy Mirrors. These sprites take ages. Bruh. Once again, I split the head and the body into 2 different sprites so I could animate them separately. Here's how it looks in game. I think it looks really good here, and how I got the hair to move naturally. Anyway, let's move on to making the next sprite, Lemon Demon. Here's the body I made for him. It does not look cursed at all. I decided to make the week 5 version of Lemon Demon where he wears a Santa hat. Hey, that's pretty good. The next thing I wanted to work on was Senpai from week 6. But at this point I was extremely tired of doing all the sprites, it just took so long. So I decided to take the easy route and make the spirit instead. Honestly, I'm a bit annoyed with myself because I think this might be the worst sprite I've made. Anyway, now it's time to make the final week sprite. Tank Man. It's the final week at the time of me making this, so don't get mad with me please. I guess it's time-lapse time. I decided to go with a more pixelated style for Tank Man because it would be easier. Here are all 4 directional sprites together. Something that a lot of people pointed out from the last video was that the health bar for every other character was just amogus. So I went through and changed every single health bar to one of their heads. I guess it's time-lapse time again. This one's the girlfriend. Daddy Dearest. Skid and Pump. I don't know if I can emphasize how time consuming this is. Doing one of these took about 20 minutes. Here's Pico. I'm gonna be honest, I copied this from the pixelated Pico mod. Here's Mommy Mearest. This is probably the most simple one I did. Here's Lemon Demon. He still doesn't have his iPhone. Here's the Spirit. I copied this one directly from the game because it's already pixelated in game. Tank Man. And with that, all of the sprites were done. Now time to move on to the backgrounds. I started off by making the background of the mall from week 5 for Lemon Demon. I also added the Battleground Desert from week 7 for Tank Man. This is probably one of the favourite backgrounds I've done. I really like the colours used here, it just looks good. Lastly, I made the Spooky School from week 6 for the Spirit. I'm honestly really happy with how this one turned out. Okay, so I've only just noticed this now, but I actually forgot to change Mommy Mearest's background, so I apologise for that now. Please don't kill me in the comments. Anyway, now for what you've been waiting for, the music. But before I started on making a new song, I saw a comment saying I could make Skid and Pump sound better if I used the violin sound effect instead of the chiptune sound effect. And it actually worked. So thank you Kieran Gaming for the suggestion, you're epic. Anyway, now time to actually make the songs. I started off with Mummy Mearest in satin panties. I made it in Game Builder Garage using the piano sound effect. Next up was Lemon Demon in Winter Horrorland. I decided to make this one funny. Next up is Spirit in Thorns. I used the piano sound effect again because that's the one that sounds really good. The final song's a big one. It's Tank Man in But before I show you the full game, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. It honestly helps me out a ton. I spent around 60 hours making this video, so it would really help me out a ton if you did. When this video hits 13,000 likes, I'll release another Friday Night Funkin video. Yo, I'm back, and I'm gonna be showing my full Friday Night Funkin game, and some other Friday Night Funkin Game Builder Garage games that other people have made from the community. So, girlfriend, to start with, because that's how the game works. Left, right, left, right. Yeah. But this first sprite looks good. It's a bit more pixelated than the other ones. I wasn't sure what style I was going for. But here's my favourite sprite and here's my favourite song. The boyfriends do sound really good here. I just missed it. Okay, but that one's good. So I've changed the Skid and Pump sprite here, or no, not the sprite, the music. I changed it to the violin. Here's Pico, my boy. Legend. Skid and Pump is my boy, actually. I should have added like the 3, 2, 1 go before the game starts. That would have probably made it look better. Mommy Nearest lit. That I like it. He does sound really funny. My guy Lemon Demon, he just goes full on bro moment. That's my favourite one, actually. It's my boy Spirit, spitting bars. That here's a good one. That's it, that's the full game. There's some other ones that the community's made, such as this one. This one's very good. F&F level 0. You see it's got me. 3, 2, 1 go. It's got me, Dom from Video Dojo, Dave DGR. This is really cool, just how everything's going on in the background. Foreground sprites are animated, the background sprites are animated. They remember the girlfriend. There. Right. It's got a counter at the top corner. Right. Toad was here. I messed up on the tutorial. How do I do that? Down. Up. Down. That's how you do it. Everything going on. Like there's buildings in the background that I'm impressed. The Lemon Demon's wanted for $3,000. If I can find him, I'll hand him in. Down, down. Do I hear guitar? Okay, now it's getting difficult. That's the end. Let's go. F&F level 1. So this is the actual one. It's versus a tuner. And it's at night. Still got all the same stickers. Beware of the tuner. This. Okay, I hit everything. This is scary. This is like insanely well made. Like the attention to detail, and they included me, so it's extra points. I'm concentrating now. I'm concentrating so hard. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. That's different. Do I win? I'll be excited to see more stuff from this creator. Let's move on to the next one. This one's kind of a meme one, but Friday Night Funkin versus Mordecai from Regular Show and Twilight Princess from My Little Pony. And there's a funny song of them singing together. I love Regular Show. Good show. Oh. And it's got my Among Us. Easy. That was good. Friday Night Funkin versus Bill. This is Bill from Gravity Fuels. Bill Cypher, I think his name is. What is he doing? There isn't any music, but it's all going. There's bruh. My guy Bill. Oh. It's changed to triangles. Is that it? No. Among Us. Lastly, Friday Night Funkin' Neo Sus version. So they've remixed this entire game. My original one, I think. This is pretty cool. They put my name in. They've included my name still. That was good. Wait, actually, there's versus Tank Man. I want to see this one first. Hopefully good. If not good, I'm bad. Oh, this is quite cool. That was pretty good. Anyway, here are all the codes for the game. Pause if you want them. Like and subscribe. See you later. I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of this series. I've probably spent over 100 hours in total making this, so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment Amogus Sus so I know you made it to the end. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day.